Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is so loud. Can everyone hear me all the way at the back? Wonderful. Okay, so welcome, everyone. We are really, really thrilled to be welcoming you to Newcastle University for the Memory Studies Association 7th Annual Conference. I won't really do much housekeeping. You can ask all of our fantastic interns who are wearing these bright yellow t-shirts if you have any questions. Fire exits are clearly marked. Hopefully toilets and everything are clearly marked. The main conference activities will be taking place in this building, the Frederick Douglass Centre, the Urban Sciences building opposite, where we also have a publishing exhibit hall, and the business school, which is sort of down towards the football stadium, but I assure you it's easy to find, and the interns will help you find your way. So I'd just like to say a few words about this year's conference theme, an attempt to capture the spirit of the MSA in Newcastle. So the theme we chose is Communities and Change, which draws inspiration from Newcastle's specific post-industrial material and social landscape. The city of Newcastle upon Tyne and the North East has a long industrial history linked to shipbuilding and coal mining, as well as a strong record of local activism and heritage driven by regional change and deindustrialization. At the same time, the North East is home to Hadrian's Wall, a historic meeting point for communities from across the Roman Empire and now a World Heritage Site. Newcastle is also a city committed to social justice, from the Jarrow Marchers of 1936, who took the concerns of the unemployed to Parliament in London, to its status currently as a city of sanctuary, welcoming refugees and immigrants to the North East. So this vibrant city continues to be shaped by the changing communities that have made Newcastle their home, and through an ongoing engagement with memory and reinvention. And we also hope that the theme of communities and change reflects the dynamism and the diversity of memory studies as an expanding field. So these are topics that both address loss and trauma, but also new dynamic opportunities, calling for different ways of thinking about the past as well as the future. So we really want this conference to generate exchange and dialogue around how, within communities and across generations, memories are constantly being shaped and reshaped. So every effort has been made to host the first in-person conference since the COVID-19 pandemic in a way that is rooted in place. We are therefore also delighted to offer a wide-ranging cultural programme of events running alongside the academic programme. So we've been lucky enough to collaborate with local memory activists, cultural partners and heritage sites to offer you a fantastic range of activities and to really embed the conference within the host city of Newcastle. So do have a look at all of these. We've got many brochures on the website. Hopefully you'll be able to find everything that you need. Take some time to go through and explore all the things that we have on offer. I would particularly like to point out our Communities and Change exhibition, which is at Newcastle Contemporary Art. And if you missed the launch yesterday, you can still go and visit the exhibition, which is open to the public every day this week from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have some evening events at the Side Gallery, which is a local gallery that actually recently closed because it lost its funding from the Arts Council. But they are opening for 2 evenings, especially for MSA delegates, from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So please do go and have a look at their fantastic exhibition, Wounded Landscape. And finally, on site here, we have a body mapping exhibition which was coordinated by the International Coalition of Sites of Conscience, which is one of the university's spotlight partners. And we also have an installation of videos from the Memory and Arts Working Group, which is in the atrium of the Urban Sciences building near the Publishing Exhibition Hall. But I also have to say, I don't want to take too long, but I do have to say a few words of thanks. First and foremost to the generous support of Newcastle University as our host institution, to the conference team. Okay, we're back in business. So, Jeanette in the conference team, I'd like to thank so many schools across the university that have contributed to this, our faculty research centres and institutes, and of course, my fellow local organising committee members. Some of you are in the room, some of you are not, but if you are, wave your hand when I say your name so people can find you. So we have Alison Atkinson-Phillips, who I can see. We have Jorge Catala, who is up there. Susanna Eckersley, who's somewhere. Then we have Philippa Page, James Riding, and Laura Routley. So hopefully you'll get to see everyone's faces throughout the conference. And of course, we've had a fantastic team of conference support interns. Their tasks, some of them, well, we've got more than 20 who we've just hired for the week of the conference, who are fantastic. But we've also had people working with us over the last year, doing things like designing, they're not on the screen behind me, but the fantastic conference branding, organising the MSA Forward postgraduate workshop, helping to curate the exhibition, and so much more. So very briefly then, I'd like to thank Samantha Vaughan, Lotte Dijkstra, Natalie Hajdaripur, Róża Kochanowska, Kimberly Pereira Monero, Olivia Turbanska, Holly Wadsworth, Vic Riveros, and Yusuf Patel. So I think the conference would not have happened without their support. And then very briefly, a few quick announcements. Lunch will actually be provided today. We won't be providing it the rest of the week, but there is lunch today. It will be served between 12:30 and 2 o'clock in this building. There's a canteen down that way. I'm sure you'll find it. We also have the booking form for our post-conference excursions on Saturday, the 8th of July, are still open until Thursday, I believe, at the latest. So make sure you book onto that by Thursday. We have a trip out to Hadrian's Wall that's organised in collaboration with the Tyne and Weir Archives and Museums and the Hadrian's Wall Partnership. And we also have a walking tour organised by the Northeast of England African Community Association. So do sign up to one of those activities if you're still in Newcastle on Saturday. One final thing, we do have a series of film screenings going on. They are happening on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons in the Culture Lab, which is in the main part of the university campus, which is about a 15-minute walk from here. So if anyone wants to walk together, we have one of our interns, Holly, who will be meeting delegates, grouping delegates together outside the Urban Sciences building at 1:30, so you can all walk together. Otherwise, you'll have to find your own way. So I think that's it from me. So all that's left, again, is for me to welcome you to Newcastle and to say that we really hope you enjoy your visit and this wonderful conference. So thank you very much. And I'm going to hand over to Professor Nigel Harkness, who is our Pro-Vice Chancellor for the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. He will then hand over to Rosie Tapsfield, who is from Newcastle City of Sanctuary. So they will both say a few words of welcome.
Thank you very much, Catherine, and a very good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you here this morning for this 7th annual conference of the Memory Studies Association on behalf of Newcastle University. We are deeply honoured that you've chosen Newcastle University as the venue for this year's conference. You'll see, and you've heard from Catherine, that our academic schools, our research centres, all have very strong connections to the broad field of memory studies, and particularly to the conference theme of communities and change. From just leafing through, virtually of course, the conference programme, you can just see what a rich diet of talks you have ahead of you this week. And some of the themes which emerge from this, migration, movement, memory, they're all themes that resonate and intersect with a lot of the interdisciplinary work in memory studies that's happening here at Newcastle University. And that interdisciplinarity is really reinforced by what Catherine said about the organising committee of this conference from Newcastle University It spans 4 of our schools in the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. We've got representatives from modern languages, history, classics and archaeology, arts and cultures, and geography, politics and sociology. And I just think that's a wonderful demonstration of the range of activity that's reflected in the university, but obviously magnified in your conference this week. I'm really pleased that we've been able to support this conference from various parts of the faculty, the Cultures of Memory Research Group, the Centre for Heritage, and the faculty's 3 research institutes in humanities, creative arts practice, and social science. So as Catherine has said, Newcastle is a post-industrial city, and it's enormously proud of its industrial heritage. And that industrial heritage is part of the DNA of Newcastle University, which was founded as a set of colleges of Durham University at the end of the 19th century, really to address the economic, social, well-being and cultural needs of the city. And obviously, it won't surprise you that some of those very first disciplines taught here were in science. They were geology, mining, engineering, reflecting the industries of the time. But as well as being part of that legacy, Newcastle University has a major role to play in the ongoing dynamism of Newcastle today. And Catherine referenced this. We really do commit to being a values-led university with a very strong commitment to social and environmental justice. And we're driven by a commitment to make sure that the work we do in the university makes a positive difference to society. And that's reflected in the strapline that we've been using since we launched our new strategy in 2018, from Newcastle for the world. And that speaks to our responsibilities. That also speaks to our responsibilities to both planet and people. And I was really delighted to read in the conference program everything that the conference is doing to embed sustainable organizational practice in what you're doing, that real commitment to environmental sustainability. As a civic university, Newcastle has had and continues to have a long-standing commitment to offering educational and research opportunities to people fleeing violence and persecution. And in recognition of this work, the university was awarded University of Sanctuary status in June 2021, and we are active members of the Council for At-Risk Academics, regularly hosting fellows supported by the work of CARA. And again, Catherine has referenced one of the other features of today's program, or this week's program, which is showcasing some of the work of one of our partners, the International Coalition of Sites of Conscience. And you'll see there are presenters and key speakers from the coalition. And I hope you'll get a chance to attend or see the body mapping exhibition and also the special session on memory and community sites of conscience around the world. So it just remains for me to say a big thank you to Catherine, who didn't really thank herself. Catherine Gilbert from the School of Modern Language, who led the organization of this conference. I know it's been supported by a wide team around the hall today, but she's been very much the driving force behind this, and I think has been living and breathing it for at least the last couple of weeks and probably about the last year. But anyway, huge thanks, Catherine. And to you all, I just want to say, I hope you enjoy your stay in this wonderful city, have a chance to explore the region, and most of all, I wish you an intellectually rewarding and most enjoyable conference. Thank you. And I'll pass over to our next speaker. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Newcastle. Wow, it's great to see so many people here this morning. And as Nigel and Catherine have both said, what a fantastic lineup for the conference this week. So I'm just here really to say welcome to Newcastle, and welcome is what my work and my world involves in Newcastle City of Sanctuary. So City of Sanctuary is a national movement. It's about trying to make spaces and places safe and welcoming for people who are seeking sanctuary. People who are migrating, people who are coming to the city seeking asylum, and refugees. So we're really pleased and proud that Newcastle has been recognised and awarded as a city of sanctuary. We have a whole range of partners that we work really closely with across the city who try and promote and embed welcome. So we're really pleased to have Newcastle University as an awarded University of Sanctuary. We also work really closely with a number of local schools who are awarded Schools of Sanctuary, and then a wide range of other partners, anything from theatres, sports clubs, arts and cultural organisations who go that extra mile to really make sure that they are welcoming places. I know that tomorrow Curious Monkey, who are one of our theatre companies of Sanctuary, will be outside the event with their Curious Caravan. I definitely recommend you going and checking out what they've got on, because they're fabulous. But really, it's just to say, welcome to Newcastle. We're really pleased that the Memory Studies Association conference is held here in Newcastle, our great city, our city of sanctuary, and I hope you all have a fantastic time. I'm going to hand over now to Wolf Kansteiner and Sarah Gensberger, who are the MSA presidents. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Honestly, I'm almost going to cry to see you all here in this auditorium. I'm so pleased. We are all so pleased in the executive committee for being able to meet again all together. When we were getting ready for this opening session with Wolf Kansteiner, we just realized it's been 4 whole years since we all met together in Madrid for this unforgettable conference. Thanks Paco and his team. And thanks to Catherine, who really, I think we must be very, very grateful for all the work she's been doing, not only these past weeks or months, but I can testify all the year and even before. So thanks again, Catherine. So it's been 4 years, and I think your presence today and also the number of new faces I can see testify of how still active and very productive and creative our community is, but also our organization. And this has been made possible thanks to the full commitment of all of you and all your creativity and your interest in memory studies. But also thanks to the endless dedication of all the members of the successive executive committees, the administrative assistants, and all the group of interns who honestly have worked endlessly to keep the MSA afloat during these 4 years. Among this group of dedicated people, of course, 3 people played a crucial part, and they are our soon-to-be past founding presidents, Jenny Westenberg, Alan Syrup, and Jeffrey Olick. Here they are. I'm sure you all know them, but we all owe them an infinite gratitude, and we will tell them in more depth during the drinks reception and the book raffle, so please make sure to attend. And for those who never lived a book raffle at the MSA, be there, it's a lot of fun. So we're still here, but a lot has changed during these past 4 years. From the environmental crisis to the war in Ukraine, passing by the debate over the removal of statues, the world has given us, if we needed, the confirmation that memories matters. And the next 5 days will illustrate how us, as a community of scholars and practitioners, can contribute to these debates. We have an incredible and really inspiring program of keynotes, roundtable panels, and special events. And we are here, not here today, but almost 700 today, but participants at the conference, we will be more than 900, coming from all parts of the world and a very large range of disciplines. But during these past 4 years, a lot of things have also changed inside the MSA itself. In a way, what point is there to try to make the world a better place if we don't start at home? So a lot has still to be done, but we've tried to become a more equal and inclusive place. So please attend the members meeting on Wednesday to know about the Scholars at Risk Fellowship and the MSA regional and thematic group webpage we implemented. Come to the first Book Award panel to see the new format of the panel of the Book Award, thanks to Magda, which we created and which is a multi-language one. And attend the final roundtable about the inclusivity, the Transformative Inclusivity Initiative, not only to know about it, but also please to actively participate in this path the MSA has tried to start working on these past years. So you elected me in 2021, and while I meet all of you for the first time in person, I'm already a past president. You're just electing Joanna Wawriniak, who is here. So she's your new president-elect, and she will present herself at the members' meeting. So again, please attend. If you don't attend the members' meetings, the MSA cannot be your organization. We need your input and your participation in it. And so now, I will officially give the microphone to your new president, Wolfgang Steiner.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Also, heartfelt words of welcome to all of you here. Also, of course, my words of thanks to all the symbolically big shoes I'm trying to step into. I will try my very best. And again, my thanks to the organization committee. The program committee hasn't been mentioned yet, the local helpers, and Catherine. In many ways, I've seen Catherine in action. The conference has been her vision, and she has control of almost every single detail that goes on here. So be aware of that. It has been a fantastic accomplishment. Now, with these words of thanks, or after those words of thanks, I want to turn to the first intellectual highlight of the 2023 MSA conference. After 4 years, we can be here again together, and we should celebrate that. Now, the highlight is our first keynote speaker, Indira Chaudhry. She is a pioneer of oral history. She has just retired from the Center for Public History at the Srishti Manipal Institute of Art and Design in Bangalore, India, which she founded herself in 2011. And I want to invite anybody to take a look at the activities of the center. It's truly amazing what has taken place in that center, around that center, initiated by that center in those relatively few years. She's also a founding member and past president of the Oral History Association of India. And she has published a number of important texts. I want to highlight here two of them. Her first book is The Frail Hero and Virile History, which highlights the role of gender in the construction of modern Indian identity. And quite a different book, the most recent book, is entitled Growing the Tree of Science, Homi Bhabha and the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, where she also uses her skills as an oral historian to show how this path-breaking institute came into being. Very elegantly tying together archival records and oral interviews, and seeing also how these very different types of sources can be integrated. From my perspective as a historian, she is the best combination of history and memory. So with these words, I would very much like to ask Indira Chaudhry to come and give us her lecture on memory, orality, and learning, reflections of an oral historian. Welcome very much. Thank you very much for being here. The chair is yours.